Oh! There he is.
I always feel like Roberto Firmino when I do this.
Yeah.
How the devil are you on this World Ocean Day?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well indeed. How are you?
When was the last time you took a splash in the ocean?
It was when I jumped off a boat into the sea over the Easter holidays. Now then.
Ooh, lovely. How the other half live?
It was cold, man. It was cold. It was cold.
I was just down in Devon with family and it was freezing.
Yeah. I
go in every day.
Do you go fishing?
Well, I did catch a couple of fish, a couple of little tiny fish actually, which is a good one.
Oh, good.
One was a sand eel, and the other one I think was a baby catfish.
Wow.
But I think I also just made that up because I didn't know what else to say. But it did have like whiskery things, and I was like, it looks like a catfish. Could have been.
Close enough. Close enough for me. Yeah. I'm not going to argue with you.
There you
well, welcome back to everyone after half term. Most of us have had a week off. It's been half term. Hope you had a lovely week. And we're back. Do you remember how any of this works, Tom?
Not so much. I was like, what's the order here now? I was like, there's a scroll at the bottom. That's
right.
Important.
Come on, I'll move us on. Right, now then, welcome to the live lessons. We hope you're sitting comfortably and that you're logged in and you got Express ready to go. Now then, we've got 3 things to remember. They're things to remember. They're not really rules. 3 things to remember about live lessons. Number 1, Dom is what?
Well, this one is for Miss Hawkins, who's at model school. She's on here for her first time today. Welcome, Miss Hawkins. You can pause this whenever you want. You can pause this live stream whenever you want. So if it's your first time, you might think, oh, this is a little bit fast for me. I'm not sure. But you can pause it, and that's absolutely fine. And then just press play whenever you're ready and carry on. That's absolutely fine. Number 2, Jones.
Is that model school in Carmarthen?
Well, it's Model CIW school.
Yes, there's a model in Carmarthen. Oh, hello, friends in model school. I bumped into them.
Represents.
Yeah, I bumped into a load of them up in the Eisteddfod last week. They were competing. I think they won. They won their competition as well. Well done, guys. Right. Arbennig, down. Right. Number 2. Teachers, make sure you're registered for this session because Dom over there will be emailing you at about 4 o'clock this afternoon with a certificate for everyone who's taken part, whether you've done one activity or both. There is a certificate for you, but only if your teacher has registered. And if your teacher is looking a little bit guilty right now because they haven't registered, then teachers, you can do that right now by going to adobe.ly/live lessons and register for this session that is going on right now. Now, it's also helpful for you to be registered, for you to be able to find out more about point number 3, which is how you can earn swag and a pizza party and possibly even an ice cream van visit for your school. Dom, what's that all about?
Well, if you complete an Express School Challenge with 3 classes or 100 pupils, whichever's easiest for you, then you can just send us in a little bit of evidence so that we know that you've done it. And then we will send you out swag. Could be pencils. It could be
stickers.
I can't remember what do we have these days.
Yeah,
pencils,
stickers,
notebooks, rulers, rubbers,
stickers,
pencils, colored pencils,
stickers.
Yeah. And then if you do that 3 times, you can earn a pizza party, and that means you'll send free pizza to your school, and you can all sit there and scoff it down as quickly as you like. And then what happens with the ice cream van thing?
Right. Well, everybody who has earned a pizza party throughout the entire year will be entered into a big raffle for an ice cream, a grand prize draw for an ice cream van visit in the summer term, in this half term before the summer. So you can definitely get a pizza party, and if you do get a pizza party, you are in with a chance of winning an ice cream van visit as well. Very exciting stuff. Right.
Very exciting. Well, that's a good time for us to have a look at this, I think.
Yes. What's this all about? How do we get to it, first of all?
Well, it's on the scrolly scroll at the bottom, adobe.ly/ocean25. If you're on an iPad thingy, hold your iPad up to the screen, use your camera app over the QR code, and it will give you a little yellow box. Tap on that, and it will open up. If you want to read about the Express School Challenge that we were just talking about, swag and pizza parties, click there. Teachers at a later date. But down here, we have activity number 1, a sustainable fishing infographic. Did you know that the theme is all about fishing this year? So that's why we're going fish heavy. What's your favorite fish, Jones?
Well, I'm allergic to fish, so
yeah. I love that. Blimey.
I prefer, my favorite fish are the ones that are really far away from me.
Can you literally not eat a single one?
No.
What about a prawn?
Yeah, no. Then I have survived a prawn a few times in some in some fried rice. I have survived
the prawn. So you've never had scallops?
No. And what's cruel about it is that my folks here that live with me here, they love fish food. Both of them do. So but it's that bad. If my daughter has some fish fingers and I've had something that's baked on the same tray in the oven, then my tongue swells up. So
wow, that's insane.
Yeah, and then I thought
God blimey. Well, anyway, enough of that. Enough of that swan song. We're going to do a sustainable fishing infographic. This is pretty cool. I enjoyed doing this one actually. Why sustainable fishing is important. We're going to be using this text down here. You don't have to use this text, but I've lovingly put it together for you. So it would be a good way to get through this activity with everything intact. So do that. If you're on an iPad, you can click here. The good way to do it, Mr. Jones always tells us, is to do a long press on the green button so that you can open it in your browser rather than opening Google Docs. That's a good way to do it.
Yes.
And then the second one is going to be a good fishing practices explainer video, which will be interesting. So are we ready to rock and roll?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we're going to go with this activity number 1, sustainable fishing infographic. Now, the first thing I'll probably do is highlight this piece of text here. I'm going to use Control and C to copy it. And then what I'll do is I'll go to Express. Now, you can use Create a Graphic. Should we just do that? Doesn't have to be A4, does it?
Yeah, Create a Graphic. It's close enough.
The green hero tile here, give it a clickety-click. It'll open up here. I don't want the education filters. Leave me alone. I don't want the templates. Leave me alone. And then here, I'm going to click in the file name here, and I'm going to paste in sustainable fishing infographic. That's my first step. Okay, is it going to rename itself? It did. Look at that. Amazing. Right. Now, the first thing I will do, you can see I've got this wonderful graphic on here, is I'm going to go down to Elements on the left-hand side. You can see it here. Give that a click, and I'm going to go to Backgrounds. Now, I want to have like a really funky background on mine. If you look at my example, I had a pretty funky background in this.
That is, yes.
It's pretty funky. Now, what I'm going to do here is in backgrounds, with background selected at the top here, I'll search for, well, I did start off searching for fish.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff there.
Oh, yeah.
And it was good actually, but I thought a lot of these are quite intense.
Yeah.
And so I went for ocean.
Okay.
And the one that I liked, well, I mean, you can choose any of them really. That one's cool actually.
Yeah.
Nice. But I'm sure there was a one a little bit further down. It might have been, I mean, you could do like a seascape background, which is pretty cool as well.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, but I think my advice would be choose something that's pretty like neutral.
All right.
That's my advice would be, because you're going to have a lot of things on this. You're going to have a lot of things. Right, now that that's done, shall I pass it off or just do one or two things more?
Yeah, let's get started on the iPad, is it? I think.
Go on then.
Yeah.
Is it?
Isn't it? Doesn't it?
Isn't it?
Oh, then. Oh, no, then. Here we go. Welcome to the iPad homepage, guys. And as Dom showed you, we tapped on the big green hero tile all the way over there in the top right-hand corner. Create a graphic. Give it a tap. And it opens up the Adobe Express all-in-one editor, this wonderful environment where we can create. So let's get rid of the templates. And I'm going to search.
Absolutely on fire.
And let's search for a lovely background. So the backgrounds are down there next to Dom's head where it says Elements. So I'm going to give that give it a tap. And then up here at the top, you can see it says all, then design assets. But if you go one over again, it says backgrounds. All right. And I'm going to search in here for ocean, O-C-E-A-N.
Ocean. How do you say ocean in Welsh?
Cefnfor.
Cefnfor. There must be in some names. What's Pacific Ocean? Pacific Cefnfor.
A Cefnfor Tawel. Yes. So Tawel is just quiet. So.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
That would be Pacific. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, stop distracting me, Dom. I'm in my flow here.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So More is sea, and then Cefnfor kind of means the back sea. So I don't know, like whether I don't know. Anyway, right. I'm gonna scroll down. Maybe I do quite like these busy ones, you know.
Oh,
I know it is a bit out there.
It's a beauty.
That's cool. Because I did spy that you're using shapes in here behind your text. Because when you use shapes behind your text, you can get away with a bit more of a busier background. So let's try it out.
Give it a go.
I'm gonna go this one.
Change.
Right, I'm gonna pass over to Dom, but whilst Dom's going next, I'm just gonna name a file because I always do that.
Yes, okay. You better.
So take it away, Dom.
Remove you and add me to the stage where I belong. Right, so we've got the background here, and what are we going to do next? Well, I think the first thing I'm going to do is go to, well, I am in Elements already, so that's good. And maybe I can go along to Icons, and then I'm just going to search for Fish. Or maybe I'll search for Fishing. That would be better. Okay, this is all about sustainable fishing. This one's cool. Like that. I'm just going to have that up in the top left there. Stick it in. Nice. And then on the right of this, I'm going to go, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to do, well, I'll do text first. Add your text. Now, what is this one going to say? If I go back to my, activity page, this one's all about why sustainable fishing is important. So I'm going to copy that section there, use Control and C. Then I'll go back, and then in my add your text, I can just now do Control and V. Why sustainable fishing is important. Now, what I am actually going to do here is I'm going to put reasons why sustainable fishing is important. Because I'm going to do 4 reasons. I'm going to put the number 4 in there as well. So the first thing I want to do is go to text layouts on the left-hand side. You can see it down here. I'm circling it. And then it opens up, and I'm going to go to dynamic. Dynamic means that no matter how you resize this box, it will always be nice and chunky in a kind of rectangular format. I'll put it in here. Now, this is pretty big. Maybe I want it on 2 lines. Yeah, something like that. Maybe something like that. Okay, cool. And I want to give myself a little bit of space because I'm going to put the number 4 in there. And also you can see the pink lines here. I can either align it to the top of the fish, or I can center it with that kind of fish icon. There is good. And then I'm going to go over to elements again. Lots of elements today. I'm going to go to shapes. And in shapes, I'm going to search for pill, otherwise known as a lozenge. And I'm going to select the one that's a kind of has, this one's got an outline color and a fill color. I just want like a plain 1 color design. Now I'm going to put it in there. Now, if you click it, you can see that you can kind of size it to whatever you want. Now, first thing I'm going to do is change the fill color, which is over on the left-hand side here. I can go to more colors down here and search for, we'll keep it a blue kind of theme because it is ocean-like. And then when I've got that, I'm just going to bring that up. Now, what's the problem? The problem is you can't see the text. That was a schoolboy error. But you can see on the right-hand side, you have these layers. I've got 4 layers here. And all I need to do is get 1 layer and move it down so the text pops on top. Now, if we click the text now, it's not as readable when it's black with a dark blue background. So if I go to my fill color, I can switch it up to white. Great, that looks fine. And now also, I'll click back on the text. And I know that Mr. Jones is going to tell me off for this text. So I'm going to go in and choose something which is a little bit more chunky. And reasons why, but I want it to be chunky and legible. I don't want one, but I want it to be chunky and legible.
That's nice.
Yeah, that looks pretty decent. You're going to find a better one because you always do. But yeah, well, tell you what, I've done quite a few things there. So let's pass over and then you can get us to that bit. And then I've got some more to do.
Okay. All right. So here it is. Maybe you're thinking, hang on, that's not the same background he had earlier. But it is, I just moved it over a bit. So when you do set a background, if you double tap, you can actually kind of reframe your background. So it was all the way over here with a lot of this white in view. So I just thought, let's see what else is there. And I actually prefer all the way over this side of it. Where there's
the coral is a touch.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Right. Yeah. So there's definitely some color themes there in the background that I'll be able to play around with when I'm adding my text and my shapes. So let's add my text first. So T for text over there on the left-hand side next to Dom's head. And then up the top here, I'm going to tap on the big blue button that says add your text. Tappity tap. And this is reasons for sustainable fishing. Now, I could go over and copy and paste it, but copying and pasting on the iPad isn't quite as easy as it is on a browser. Nothing to do with Express. It's just generally on the iPad isn't as much fun. Okay, so that's done. And Dom used the dynamic text layout, which is a personal favorite of ours. So as we get to that by going there next to Dom down there, you can see it says text layouts. If I tap on that middle one and choose dynamic, there we go. Right, now I'm going to go straight to white because white is definitely one of the colors in this theme. So let's switch it to white. Great.
That worked.
Now, let's think about the font straight away. So I'm going to drop down. I'm going to be old school. I'm a traditionalist. So here you can see your normal drop-down font picker that you can see on nearly any app that you use to write anything digitally. Drop that down. And here's a little thing that I like to do that you've seen me do plenty of times, Dom, is just scroll really quickly through the fonts. And one of them will jump out at you as being really bold and kind of, attention-grabbing. Like Oswald grabbed me there. Poplar grabbed me there. So I'm just going to...
Oh, nice. That's a good one.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Great. So I like that. That's great. So I got reasons for sustainable fishing. Dom put that shape behind. I'll do something a little bit different. I'm going to put an outline on. You didn't see that coming. Yeah. So I'm going to add my outline, but I'm going to do something a bit different that Dom isn't expecting. So let's change the color of that outline. And I want that dark blue that's in the middle of my background. So here are my outline color picker. You see that little pipette, the eyedropper tool, which is next to the word outline. Give it a tap. And it gives you this circle in the middle of the screen that you can move around. You can see it's picking different colors. I actually want this dark blue in the middle. So I'm going to tap on that. And there we go. That outline is that color. Lovely. But let's add a shadow, a hard shadow in the same color to give it a bit of a 3D effect. So I'm going to go to Effects. And under Shadow here, I'm going to go for a strong shadow. You can see it says there, strong. Great. And I want to tap on it again and just choose that color again. There we go.
Whoa.
And it's given me this cool kind of 3D kind of text effect there. It's quite subtle, but I like it. I like it a lot. You can you can go into custom if you want. And if you wanted to change the distance, it's just going to kind of, make that even more obvious and change the angle perhaps. So a little tip that I like for making a title stand off. Right, Dom then had his icon. So let's grab elements. And I'm going to scroll over to icons. Okay, so elements, icons. And here, I'm just going to search for fish. And look at this. Look at this. Look at the recommendations I'm already getting here.
Wow.
Very clever. So let's just tap on that fish one there.
So it's taking the text, isn't it? And the images.
Yeah, it's using AI. It's looking at what we've already added to our design and the words we've used, and it's suggesting different things for us, which is really cool. I like this. This fish looks full of action. There we go. And I'm gonna change it to white because
bounce.
I've definitely got some white going on. And then maybe I'll just pop that over there. There we go. Maybe a bit of rotation on it.
Oh, I love it. Oh, and a little bit of off the page. Rotation off the page. He's pulling out all the classic Jones stops.
There we go. Something like that. I don't know. Right. And there's me done on that step. So what's next, Don?
Brill. Okay. Right. Let's have a quick goosey gander at this. Right. So I've got this kind of gap here. Reasons why sustainable fishing is important. And what I'm going to do is going to go over to text on the left-hand side, add my text, and it's giving me the same font as last time, which is good. And I'm just going to put the number 4. That's all I'm going to do. And then if I go to effects, while I've got my text selected, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to go to shape. And you can see immediately it gives me a shape. Wow, what do you know? Now you can click that again and you can choose the colors, but I quite like this yellow it's giving me, so I'm going to go with it. And then I'm going to move it. Now, I don't think it's big enough yet. So let me just, you see, as you move it, the shape and the piece of text will all move at the same rate, all scale at the same rate. I'm going to pop it up there, something like that. That's looking pretty cool. I like that a lot. Right, now it's important. Well, in my design, I'm going to use that number with shape 4 times. So let me just show you what I mean. You can see I've got 4 reasons why sustainable fishing is important. And then I've got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So we're trying to be economical with our design here. So we're going to use that again. Now, the next thing I want to do is create these kind of boxes. So if I go back to Express and go to Elements again, I'm going to go Shapes. Now, if you go to Rectangles and View All, now it doesn't really matter which one you choose, but I'm going to go for a block one because it'll make it easier for me. Click that. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to pop it in there, scale it up a bit. Now, I don't want it to be too wide, so I've got to get 4 of them in. But I'm just going to do it all the way across the page. Now, if I change the fill color, I want it to be the same color as the one I chose before. So it was in my colors and it was this one. If you need to, you can use your dropper tool. You can see it just here. And you'll be able to click on that, select the blue in the title, and then that will give you exactly the same blue. But it was just one of my regular colors here, so that was fine. Don't want that anymore. And now I've done that, I can duplicate. You see that box there? Bring it down, duplicate. Now, when I bring it down again, you can see it gave me the exact same spacing between the boxes, which is handy. And then cool. Duplicate again, but I think I'm going to run out of space. Oh, dude. So how am I going to fix that? Well, I want all the boxes to be the same. You might not be in this situation, but if you are, then I've got one box selected. I'm going to press Shift on my keyboard, hold it down, select, select, select. And then I'll just bring these in ever so slightly. Ooh, that's odd. Oh, I see. And then maybe I can just shuffle it up a little bit to around about there. That looks perfect. So all 4 boxes nicely aligned all across my page. We are ready to rock and roll here. Let's see if Jones can get to this place where his infographic is ready to rock and roll.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Enjoyed that. Right. So
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to duplicate my title because I worked quite hard on that shadow outline thingy. So I'm going to tap on my title, Reasons for Sustainable Fishing, and then I'm going to go 3 dots, and I'm going to duplicate it. So now I've got 2 of those, okay? Nice. And I'm just going to change all the text in this text box to the number 4, but it's going to keep the font, it's going to keep the outline, it's going to keep the shadow. Right, so tap on that text box, brings up your keyboard. Right, now if you double tap, it'll choose one word, tap, tap. Like that, okay? But if you triple tap, it should choose everything. And sometimes you've got to do this a few times, but it will do it. Tap, tap, tap. There we go. It's just chosen the whole thing. 3 fast taps. And it works with the mouse as well. If you're on a browser or on a trackpad, like triple tap, triple click, or triple tap really fast and select everything in the text box. Right, and here I just want to change that for the number 4. So let's just tap on 4 on my keyboard. There it is, it's done. Okay, hide my keyboard and let's move that up into place.
That is looking good.
And I do want it to just fit. So I might just move stuff over slightly.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's great. Okay, so I'm ready for the shapes, which is coming next. So let's go to elements, left-hand side. And then we want shapes. So I'm currently in icons. I was looking for a fish hook. I was thinking of hooking. I could hook the number 4, couldn't I? Put that on a fish hook. That was quite cool. Anyway, I'll mess around with that later on. So I'm going to go to shapes, and we want a rectangle. Now, your search will still be there, okay? So right now it's searching for a shape called fish hook, which, of course, it doesn't exist. So let's just clear that search. There we go. And now I don't need to search for a rectangle because it's there. So I can just go to rectangles, and that first one there is actually perfect. Just a solid rectangle. You may have to scroll over. I think it's kind of the 4th one over on a browser. Just tap on it. There it is. And now then, what we want to do is, there's 2 things we want to do before we duplicate this, is we want to get the size pretty much bang on and the color bang on. Otherwise, you're going to have to redo everything 4 times. Right.
So what I just played with as well, and I think it'd probably be more important on yours, is the opacity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Background, but it's a shame to hide it, really.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you've got a kind of busy background, it'd be nice to show it. So maybe I'll go for a white, and then we'll be able to see some of the stuff that's going on behind. Right, so if you want to change the size of a shape and keep the shape the same, then use the corner handles. Okay, so that's just the same rectangle, bigger or smaller. But if you actually want to change the shape itself, then you need to use the long handles that are either in the middle of the top or the bottom or each side. And this actually allows you to change the shape of the shape, if that makes sense. Right, so let's just bring this all the way across. I definitely want it to fill all the way across. And now you kind of have to eyeball this. Right, so can I get away with a thicker kind of strap across? Yeah, I think so. Am I going to fit 4 of those in?
Do you want to change the color now?
Yeah, I'm going to, before I do that, I'm just going to kind of go, right, there's 1 would go there, and then 2, 3, 4. I think I can get away with it being a bit thicker again. So just kind of move it.
Yeah.
Move it down. Right, okay, now let's change the color. So I'm going to go to the left-hand side next to Dom's head, to that black square. That's the fill color, and change it to white. Great. And then I do want to bring the opacity down. So you can see there next to Dom as well, you've got position and opacity. Give it a tap. Just bring that down a bit, and it's going to just show me a bit of my background. I don't need to bring it down a lot at all. That's on 88%. That's absolutely fine. Right. So now I'm quite happy with that. Let's see. Let's duplicate it. So choose the shape, duplicate. Just bring it down, and then do the same again, duplicate. And when you have the 3rd one, you'll start seeing those pink lines showing you, hey, this is how the other one was split.
Yeah.
Oh, mine isn't. Okay. Fine. Don't then. Right. Okay, I'm starting to run out of room. Ah! Right, so there we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Okay.
Nice.
I'm there.
You're all good.
Cool.
Nice.
There we go. I'm done.
Okay, cool. Let's go back here. So I changed the opacity on mine. I'll show you, just in case you did it and then you were like, how do I change the opacity all at once? I'll show you what I did. So you select 1, hold shift, 2, 3, 4, go to opacity, bring it down there, 71. Because I got this nice kind of watercolory ocean thing going in the background. So that's great. So we're going to stay on the theme of duplication here because it's the easiest way to make things look good. So we got our number 4 with the yellow shape in the background. So I'm going to click the 3 dots and duplicate. And you might not even feel like it's done anything, but if you drag, it'll be there. Now, I got a problem because it's disappeared behind my shape. So what I can do here, I can do it over in the layer stack, and we did that before. So if you want to, you can click it and drag it all the way up to the top. But I will show you also 3 dots and bring to front, pop. Nice.
Nice.
And then once I've done that, I can duplicate. And actually, yeah, that's interesting, actually, because it's not doing it for all of them. So actually, I think it's probably better if I just bring it up to the top manually on the right-hand side. And then when I duplicate it again, yeah, that's better. Because now it'll be in the right place. And you can see all of these lines saying, boom, you've nailed it. That's what you want to get to. Use a little bit of this alignment in order to make it look funky. Now, they can't all be number 4s. So we're now having to go in and change them. So just double click 1, double click 2, double click 3, double click 4. I didn't even need to do that last one. What a muppet. Right, there you go. Let's get the numbers in there.
But it's a different 4, Dom. It's a different 4. Not the same 4.
Feels different.
It's a different 4. Yeah. Right. So let's just tap on my number 4 there. And so that I don't have to bring it to the front later. Let's bring this to the front right now. So I'm going to go 3 dots.
Good idea.
Bring to front. And now I can just duplicate it. So 3 dots, duplicate. There we go. So maybe I don't want to put it over here because it'll be right underneath the other one. So maybe I'll start this side. And yeah, you can see the pink guidelines helping me out. So 3 dots, duplicate. This can come over. 3 dots, duplicate. Oh, no. Undo.
No. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Right up there at the top of the screen, in the middle there, on the black ribbon across the top, there's a very important button, undo. Because you'd never get that back to be exactly the same size. You'd never. No. So just undo it. Just step back in time, you know. Right. So there's
back time.
Right. So here we go. So there's my first one. Tap on it. Tap on it again. Now double tap on it to choose it. Tap, tap. And I'll just put 1 in there and hide the keyboard. Same again. Tap. Tap again. Double tap.
A lot of tapping.
Yeah. And then this one. Tap on it. Tap again. Brings up the keyboard. Double tap to select it. 3.
What about
the last one? 4. Tap on it. Tap again. Double tap to select that 4. That's the wrong 4. And now I'm going to tap 4. There we go. That's the correct 4. Right,
I'm
great.
Being mocked.
Really?
Right. That's enough of that. I'm going to remove him. Right. Let's get back here. Right. So we've got 4 things that we've got 4 reasons why sustainable fishing is important. So we did a big job on our first piece of text here, this one here. So we can do it. We can duplicate this as well. 3 dots, duplicate, bring it down. Oh, look, it's done it again. I've got the same. Yeah. So let's bring to front. Maybe I need to. So where is this text going? Which one's this? That's the first one. That's this one. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one all the way up to the top. So we don't have to go into this nonsense again. Right. And I'm going to duplicate. Boom. I'm going to put them all next to the numbers. Duplicate. Bish. And then you're going to make sure that you're kind of putting them in the right place. There we go. That's perfect. And then again, duplicate and bring that down. Now, of course, we're going to change it all. But that's a good place for us to be right now. That's perfect. Okay, so let's go and get our 4 reasons. So if I go back to this one here, why sustainable fishing is important. So here, we don't need the numbers. We just need this section here, food for people. Bosh. Going to copy that. Going to go back here. And I'm going to triple click in there. 1, 2, 3. Paste in my new text. Nice. Now, I'm not going to... I'll show you how to reposition it. You know how to do it anyway, but I'll show you. I won't do it on the others. I can do that when Mr. Jones is doing. But I will show you quickly. You know, you're just going over to here. You're selecting different bits of reasons why sustainable fishing is important. You're triple clicking in there. You're pasting the text in, and you're just doing that 4 times. All right. So let's go on, Jones. This is not the most. This is not the most entertaining bit, so you can do a bit of it as well.
Okay. Right. Okay. So I am going to add a new text box. I don't want to copy that one. Text, add your text. Now, we will use the same font, which is cool. I like the font, but I don't want it with the outline and the shadow and all that. I think it'll just be too distracting. Yours is fine, but mine's got too much stuff going on. Right. Over on Safari, I've got got the activity page here. So as Dom mentioned right at the beginning of the lesson, to open up this text for iPad, if you just tap on it, it'll try opening up the Google Docs app, which I don't actually have on this iPad. So instead, I just long press on that button and open in background. And you can see that it just opens it on another tab. And you can see there it's trying to tell me to get the Google Docs app. No thanks. There we go. So, oh, there we are. Look, there's some people in there. Look. Hi, guys.
Oh, nice. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Cool. Hello. Right. So I'm going to grab this first one.
Hello.
Food for people. And then you can see I can just move these blue handles around like that. Then long press on the blue copy. Wonderful.
Nice.
Back over to Express. Now then, here's my new text box. Right over there next to Dom's head, you got 3 little icons above the keyboard. Scissors, paper, and then a clipboard. Okay, so you want to click on the black clipboard with a white page. It's the 3rd icon across there. Give it a tap, and it's just going to paste that in. Lovely. Now then, I don't know why we are zoomed in quite so much. So let's just resize that, bring it down, and let's pop it into my first box here. And use the long handles to change the shape of the text box.
Nice.
There we go. I think 4 lines is fine. Something like that is fine. Right. So that's it. I think there's some other ones that are a bit longer. So I'm actually going to keep this one smaller to give me room in the others. Now then, I can just 3 dots, duplicate this now. I'm not sure about the layout yet, but maybe I'll go for something like this. I don't know.
As long as the space is in there somewhere for a photo.
Yeah, some kind of pattern. Right, and then as Dom showed you, I'll just do one of them now to show you, but that's all I'm going to do 4 times. So I'll just do one, is go back, choose the next bit, move my blue handles, my blue handles, right? Long press, copy, jump back over. Now then, here's the bit. Here's what you got to do. So you got to choose the text box, tap on it. Then you want to tell it to open up the keyboard by tapping on it once more. Keyboard. And now to select everything, we're going to triple tap really quick. Tap, tap, tap. 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 And sometimes it doesn't work. And then you got to use the blue selectors. And now, again, I'm going to paste. So it's the same little icon over there, the black clipboard. 3rd icon along down here. Just give it a tap. There we go.
Nice.
And I kept the same font size, and I can just use the pink lines to reposition it. That's fine. Right, I'll pass back to Dom. I'm just going to do the last 2 text boxes now, copy and paste it over.
All righty. So I got mine, and because I kept the text being dynamic, then it means that you can play around with it. It gives you a little bit more freedom, that kind of thing. You have a little play and see where you think you want to get it. But I would say you want to align it centrally to every box. That would be the only thing that I would say is a non-negotiable.
The red line. The red line.
Yeah, exactly. So like this one's quite small, for example. So I could just bring it up a bit. You could even put it on 5 lines. It doesn't really matter. But you always want to make sure that it's centered. That would be ideal. All right, now we've only got to put some pictures in now. So my first one, food for people. If we catch fish in a smart way, there'll be enough fish for everyone now and in the future. Well, that sounds like everyone's going to have fish suppers forever. So let's go to media on the left-hand side. Let's go to photos. Let's go for fish supper. See what we get. Oh, you can have a fishy on a little dishy.
You can have a fishy on a little dishy.
You can't.
No, I can't. Right. You don't need to sound quite so pleased about it.
We had a great fish and chips night when we were away last week.
Good on.
Devon fish and chips. Anyway, enough gloating. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that photo. I'm going to squish it over in the right-hand corner there. And then I'm going to bring it down till it matches the top of the rectangle, the shape on the box. And then also I'm going to bring this across until we've got enough space there. That looks great. Happy. So next one is healthy oceans, fishing the right way. Okay. Keeps the ocean full of many different kinds of sea animals. Well, one of the things they do say is fishing like with a actual fishing rod is more sustainable. So let's find a fisherman or a fisher person or fisher people like these guys here. They're having a great time. So let's put that one in there. I'm going to bring it down. Ding, 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 ding. And then also I'll need to bring that back there. So you're scaling and then you're also cropping, basically. Are you in a position to do some images too?
Yes.
Okay, let's go over there then. Otherwise, you're just going to watch me do 4. Let's see on the outside.
Okay, so here we go. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to give a tap to media. It's just here in the middle of the left-hand toolbar. And then up at the top there, I'm going to be tapping on photos. And yeah, the first one I want is maybe some grilled fish. That's the kind of fish that I'd really like to be able to eat, I reckon. When I see people having fish from a barbecue or something like that, I'm like, oh, that looks great. Yeah. I reckon I would like that. That kind of thing, you know?
Lovely.
Maybe I'd hate it. I don't know. But it looks great.
I mean, cod is very simple.
There we go. So there we go. So Dom actually filled it from the top to the bottom of his rectangle. I think I'm going to go a little bit smaller just to fit in like that. I'll try like that. Then healthy oceans. So why not just go for something like sea life?
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I want to see something, teeming with a life.
Oh, lovely.
Oh. Is that the only time you use the word teeming? Is when you talk about lots of sea creatures? I think it is.
Yeah, probably.
Right, and now I'm going to resize this. Look, what I'm going to do, I want it to be exactly the same size as that other picture. So what I'm going to do, quick hack, is I'm just going to put it right lined up next to it, underneath it. And now when I grab the bottom right-hand corner and shrink it down, there we go, it's going to snap. And I know now that that's exactly the same size. There we go, let's pop that over there. There we go, and I'm just going to keep on going. The other one is planet, so let's just go for planet Earth. Planet Earth.
Oh, look. I can
see my house. I can see my house in that picture.
Can you?
Yeah. Look. What? It's there. Look at it. It's there.
You had me convinced there.
Just zoom in enough.
That's what I was doing to try and work out what you were talking about.
It's Command in. Look. There it is. Right. And then the last one. Maybe something like fishing boat. Fishing boat. It's all about, the jobs, isn't it? People.
Yeah, the jobs in it.
People's jobs. Oh, this guy, look. There we go. There's his boat. There's a little box of fish.
Nice. That's great.
There's his crate of allergens there. There we go. Brilliant. I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Let's have a look. They're both great. Well done.
Lovely.
Yeah. So all you need to do once that's done is there was a bit of setup there, wasn't there? But then once we've done the duplication and the numbers and the boxes, actually it's pretty easy to do. So
yeah.
So now you can, if you want to, you can download it by clicking there, and you can select file format. If you're going to print it out, PDF print is the best one, and then download. Otherwise, you can press share, and then you can create a view-only link or send it to Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams. Okay. Are we ready to move on? Or do you want to show that on the iPad, or should we just move on?
That's fine. I was just putting a hook through my number 4. That's all I was doing.
Just like you do. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to move on to activity 2. And we've got a good solid half an hour to get this done.
We're doing well, Dom. Well done, us.
No dilly-dallying.
No.
So let's have a look at what we got to do. So activity 2, a good fishing practices explainer video. So use the text below to create an explainer video about good fishing practices. It's the same doc if you've already opened that up. You just have to scroll down a bit and then you'll get all of this text.
But, tell you what, do you know we normally remind the folks about what's coming up next in this little gap whilst people are downloading stuff?
Do it.
Do it. There we go. Next week is an absolute bonanza of live lessons. Actually, it feels like a bit of a mistake.
I didn't know that.
We got 3 live lessons next week.
I'll have to cancel all my social appointments.
And I got 2 Welsh ones. Dear me. It's going to be a record-breaking week.
A big week.
Yeah, so we got Tuesday and Wednesday. We are doing a healthy eating week. So whichever one of those days suits you best, folks, come along. Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon. And then on Thursday, we're going to do a special one for Father's Day because that's coming up on the weekend, I think. Afterwards.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And remember, you can get signed up onto those just by going to adobe.ly/live lessons. And if you are posting anything on your social media today that you've been taking part and marking World Ocean Day, then tag us in so we can see it as well. Otherwise, we'll never see your work. We'll never see it.
We never will.
But if you tag us in, we'll see it.
And no dilly-dally. Yes. We need to move on here. Come on.
Go on in. I'm waiting for you.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to use a video template. Now, this is slightly different on the iPad. So let me just show you on the browser quickly. Just going to use the video template by clicking it.
No.
And then it's going to open up.
Yes.
Here. Now, what you need to do here is you need to click the remix button. Remix in the top right.
Give up. Yeah.
And then it's going to open your very own copy on your screen. That's a first, me doing the Scatman on a live.
Oh. Hey, I like what's in this template, Dom. What are all those things on the bottom there?
Well, exactly. You see, I thought what we could do is we could look at how we use templates because templates are really cool.
You made this template, didn't you?
Yeah.
I can say nobody else but blah, 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 blah.
Well, that'd be funny. Right. So you're going to use this template basically, and we're going to have a look at how you do that on the iPad right now.
Oh, no then. Right. So this is obviously my current project. Let's jump over to the activity page, which of course is on Safari. So let's give that. I can close down this doc now. Let's close that tab down. There we go. So I'm back. Here it is on the challenge page. So let's just activity page. Let's scroll down. Here it is, activity 2, and it says use this video template. So this time we are going to actually just tap on that button. Okay, tap, and it's opened up a new tab in Safari.
What the blazes?
Yes, and it's going to show me Dom's lovely template. Now then, we want to remix it. Now that is the button down there on the bottom right-hand corner on the iPad, not in the top right-hand corner, the bottom right-hand corner. So I'm going to tap remix this design. And Shazam is opening it up in Express. Simple as that.
Sometimes there's an extra step, isn't there?
Sometimes, and I seem to find that happens more if you use Chrome on the iPad rather than Safari. So Safari seems to behave pretty well. Chrome will send you to the App Store first,
right?
And then you don't need to do anything on the App Store. Just go back to the Adobe Express app, and then it'll open up the template for you. But Safari seems to just straight away drop you into Express with the template, like it just did now. Behaved beautifully. Right, what's next? What are we doing first?
Okay, well, let's have a little looky. Now, the first thing we're going to do is rename our file. So let's do fishing explainer video. That's fine. Or you can just put fish video. That's fine. Now, if we go back to this tab here, now the first bit is called good fishing practices. So, you know, I didn't want to do everything for you. So I kind of made sure that you had things to change. So I'm going to copy this good fishing practices. I'm going to go back to this tab here. And instead of sustainable fishing, now this is dynamic text layout. Oops, no, I didn't want that. 1, 2, 3, come on. There we go. I'm going to paste that in, good fishing practices. So that's where you want to go. And then, I don't know, what am I going to do here? It says introduce this video about sustainable fishing to your audience. What am I going to do here? Maybe I'll change this to something like learn all about how we can protect fish for years to come. Something like that. Now, if you want to, you can increase the size of the text. That's a bit better. Now, the background, you've got different things that you can do with this, basically. So at the moment, I've just used a background color, which is up here. So if I change it here, it'll change it there. That's perfect. But also you could go to elements again. You could go to backgrounds. You could search backgrounds and you could search for fish. Like, oh yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool. If you press replace down here now, you could replace it with a design asset and go to backgrounds again and then search for something else. Like could be this. Ooh, that's nice. I like that. And I'm going to press replace. Can you still hear me, Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now, that is one way of doing it, okay? That is one way of doing it. Now, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we go over to Mr. Jones and maybe you could do like a video background. Show them how to do that.
Oh, yes. Right.
Oh yarp.
Oh, yes. Okay, so here we go. Here it is. So I'm going to... well, I want to bring in this background. So let's just start off with that first of all. So I'm going to go to media on the left-hand side. And I'm going to go to videos up at the top. Okay.
Did you get changed?
Well, the postman just arrived. And look.
Ah!
Look.
What brought you a new jumper? Oh my gosh, he did as well.
Yeah, I know.
That's bananas.
It's all right today. It's cool.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's all right today.
Yeah. Anyway, right. I had to try it on then. You know me. I'm a bit impulsive.
I'm gonna have to watch that back on the recording.
So that's why I was on mute, because I was opening this very rustly bag.
Oh, right.
So I muted myself. Right, anyway. Right. So media, videos, you're searching there for ocean. Now, if you search for ocean, it's going to give you about 4,000 results. There we go, 3,890. Okay. So if you search for ocean background, it's going to narrow it down, okay, which is a good thing. You want fewer results because they're more of what you want. So there's 1,260, which is better. Right, so I'm going to go for one that's, got some fish in there would be good. So
yeah,
you can go ocean background fish. Doesn't really matter what order these words are in. There we go.
Nice.
So now I've got 184 results. So, the fewer results you get, then the better, because they're going to be, what you want. Right. What you want. And I'm going to keep scrolling. And I'm going to go with this cool one here, like this. It's got the
but it's so small.
Got some light. Yes, too small. Now, we can quite easily fill the video. So this will fill my screen. So over there next to my head over here, you've got the happy doggy, remove background, and next over is fill video. There we go.
Oh, now it's in front of everything.
It's hidden everything. I know. So what you want to do is either grab your layer stack, which is all the way over there on the right-hand side, and just drag that layer underneath everything else. Lovely.
Nice.
Right, so sustainable fishing, that's fine. So I'm going to put this here. Triple tap. There we go. By Miranda Jones. It's me.
Yeah, that's a nice thing. Don't need to write anything more than that, do you, I suppose?
No. There we go. So that's fine. I might just make sure that the box is filled up.
Yeah, very cool.
And then maybe I would change the font that Dom has used on this.
Oh, now we're talking.
As much as I like it, I'm going to change it. Ooh, the letter spacing is a bit tight, so I'm just going to open up the letter spacing. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so you haven't seen the video play yet, so let's just hit play down here on my timeline. Oh, Dom's put a little animatione on the text.
Animatione.
And I think I'd like that outline on the text be bigger as well. Hey, I do have a tip for you. If you ever use a template, and you will use templates and loads, just change some stuff, change the font, change a color, and immediately it'll look like you own it. Because people that just use a template and just keep everything as it is and just swap some text out, people have seen those templates before and they're like, oh, it's that thing. I've seen that before. Once you change the font, change the color, then it's yours.
That's true.
All right. What's happening now?
Right. There we go. Like the Sermon on the Mount.
Right.
Right. So Jones's opening gambit is better than mine already, but that's okay. So you can see here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 scenes, and they've already been titled. So the first one is food for people, and then we got blah 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 blah. So what you can do is you can go here, for example, catching the right amount. So you could grab all of this and you could copy it, and then you can go back to your tab, and then in the blah 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 you can paste that in, and then yeah, and then if you want to, you can bring it up. Oh, that was a step too far. And then we can change the icon, for example. You could select it. Now, the icon is curious because you can't actually replace them, can you? That's no good. Food for people. So I'm going to go to Elements. I'll go over here to Icons, Fish Dish. Oh, lovely. Ooh, this one's nice. I like that. That's cool. And then maybe I'll position it so that it flips around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because then it kind of tucks in with my writing there. Nice. Like that.
Major skills. major flex. There you go. That's great. This is Dom. This is Dom there.
I'm going to pretend that I'm not offended and also amused by that. I'm going to select the photo. Now, if you look at this and you play it, what you'll see is that there is, it is actually a video there. But I mean, that doesn't mean it. It's a lovely little bloom.
Yeah.
But I'm going to press replace, and then I'll go to videos, fish dish. Oh, they got some fish dishes here. That's good. Ooh, look at that.
That one needs cooking.
How many fish so we don't take too many? I mean, I know that. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, I don't know what I just did, but I'm going to
undo.
Go back to replace here. Replace with a video. This is. Let's go to fishing. Okay, what are we going to get here? Okay. Oh, we've got. Oh, this is lovely. This one's quite cool. That's cool. Catching the right amount. Nice. So it just puts it in there and it keeps it in a square for you, which is nice.
Oh, that's cool. Kept the cropping that you put on the first video.
Yeah, so it's worked beautifully. Look at that. Oh, keeping them alive. Right, so that all you have to do on every single slide is change the text and then find a piece of media in those sections and maybe change the icons. So let's go over to Jones to see how he gets on with one. And I'll do a couple in the background while he's doing it.
Right. Let's move over to the next scene. So to move to another scene, we just bring our black playhead. That's the black line here that you can see at the bottom. Just scroll it along, scrub it along to the next scene. Right. So you go, food for people, blah, 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 blah. So let's go and grab that text. So let's just switch back over to Safari. And that's the template. Don't need that. Don't need that. So what I do want is this text. So let's open this text up in the background. Open it back around. There it is. Right, let's grab this. Oop, days. Okay, there we go. And then let's just grab my blue handles. Long press, copy. Skip back over to Express. Tap on the blah blahs. Tap again to open up the keyboard. And now triple tap, 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 tap. There we go. And it's selected it. And now we use that little paste button over there next to Dom's head. Tap. That's pasted in. Lovely job. Right. So as Dom said, we can bring up the font size now to kind of fill that down. So I'm using the actual plus icon on the font size in this little window next to us here. Right. Great. So let's swap that cool blooming video out. So let's just tap on it. And we want to replace this. Now the replace is actually hidden underneath my timeline, you see? Or do you not see? Yeah. So what you need to do is just zoom out a touch by pinching on your iPad screen. And now if I tap on it again, there we go. I can see the replace there now. Okay. So if you can't see the button, just zoom out a little. Right, there we go. So I want to replace this with a video. And this is all about kind of catching fish. So what about something like a trawler?
Oh, I like that idea.
There we go. Lovely. Spot on. Right. So let's give it a play. Play. Excuse me. Right, there we go. Ooh, I like that transition you've put on there, Dom.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, that trawler shot is really cool. Yeah, brilliant. So now, I guess, Dom, are we just, is it just rinse and repeat? We're going through, we're going to
let's, oh, hang on, remove, add stage. Yeah, so basically, I'm just putting in the new text, which I'm getting from the activity page. So I'm just copying there and then going back over to Express and then pasting it in there, changing the icon. So this one is the trawler. So just like Maretta said, let me just show you what the process is. Select the video that's there. Well, that one, it bears no relevance. So you go to replace with a video. And I was searching for trawler, just like Jones was there. I've got one speeding through the ocean there. So you get a little preview, you see, but some are better than others. The first one's the best.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And then again, it's just rinse and repeat. Let's just check what time we're on here. But yeah, we're doing it pretty well.
We got 15 minutes.
Yes.
Better slow down.
Yeah. Now, one thing, this takes a bit of time. So, I don't mind showing you a few times what we're doing here, but I also do want to show you how you would duplicate a scene. We'll do that in a bit.
Oh, yes.
Now, choosing the right fish. Now, this one is titled Jobs and Money. You can change these titles as well. It might be that you want to, get this choosing the right fish and change that as the title there. So I'm going to cut that bit, triple tap in there, choosing. Oh, not so good. Wonder if it'll do that. Choosing the right fish. There we go. And then I'm going to bring this up. Now, I wonder for my icon, what I'm going to do here. Now, it could be like fish canned, something like that. Icon, fish can. Yeah, that's perfect.
There it is.
Yeah, that's the puppy. There we go. And then bring it down there. And then I wonder what I would do. This video isn't a bad one. It's about fish, I suppose, but it doesn't really have a fishing connection. So I'll probably replace that one. There's a videos. Choosing the right. Well, actually, maybe fish can would be a good one to do here. Look at that. Just comes into shot. Lovely. Replace. Oh. Lovely.
Well, that's great.
Let's just check that one. Choosing the right. Oh, just comes into shot.
Oh, that is pro.
Oh, and then a cheeky little rotate. That's what you're playing with us now.
It's as if he planned it.
I know. Let's have a look to see what Jones is up to there.
Oh, I was just watching you.
Well, I can show them how to duplicate a scene if you like.
Yeah. At which are you going to do anything with audio, or are you holding that back?
I am going to do something with audio. Thank you for reminding me.
That's fine.
Let me do that now then. Thank you for that little prompt. So I was going to sort of change these things, but you can do that. You guys know how to do it. Basically, what would I do here? I'd probably just go and triple click in good fishing practices, copy it, bring it back here, paste that in, summarize the video and how it affects us. I don't know. I'll just put something in, do the right thing, and then maybe bring that down. I'm not going to spend loads of time on this because I kind of want you guys to do this for yourselves. But I would put a video background in there. But what Jones highlighted here was adding audio, and you can see it down the bottom. You've got this really long gray section here. Add audio. Now, what would I search for here, Jones?
Well,
I've got an idea, and I wonder, as a man of music like you are, whether we've got the same idea.
Well, you could go two ways with this. You could either go for a kind of Pirates of the Caribbean swashbuckling epic kind of thing.
I wasn't thinking of that, but I do like it.
Or is it some kind of emotional piano,
Well, let me bring some another fishy dish to the table here. Yeah. I'm going to go for shanty.
Oh, well, there's my Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, that's my Pirates. Oh, there we are. Brilliant.
I can't believe there's not a shanty in there.
Brilliant.
That's absolutely shocking. Pirates, nothing.
Great.
Why is there no shanty?
Put folk in. Folk.
Yeah, okay.
Or accordion would be good as well.
That's true.
Accordion. On. Yes.
Ooh, now some of these aren't very long, actually.
No.
Oh, that's funny. Do you know what? I'm going to come out of there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I don't want to do sound effects. I'm going to do acoustic, I think.
Yeah.
And then search acoustic for folk. Okay, Hawaiian. That's quite cool. No. Ooh, I like it. Yeah, it's got my attention, that.
Yeah, we hear that very well. It kind of went off.
Oh, really? Can you hear this?
No.
Oh, right. I think it's probably because of the way I couldn't get my headphones to connect. But anyway, I've showed them how to put it in. Maybe you want to fade it out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't kind of stop right at the end. But also, I think maybe we'll switch over to you because you'll be able to play it. I think my headphone situation is meaning I can't play it.
Okay. Right.
Okay. And then also we might think about maybe putting a voiceover or two on.
Yeah. Right. So let's bring my playhead all the way back to the beginning. Otherwise, it's going to put my music kind of halfway through. So let's just bring that back to the beginning. So I'm going to go to media. And then up at the top, I'm going to go over to audio. Now, it's still searching for Troller at the moment since that video search. So we need to clear the search. All right. Okay. So I think I'll just scroll down and I'll go to classical.
Okay.
And, something along the lines. Sometimes I just like really scrolling down quick. What's this? We Win inspirational piano. Let's give that a whirl.
Nice. The one thing that we need to make sure people know is that just make sure that they select one which is longer than the video clip.
Yes. Yeah. So right down there, all the way at the bottom of your screen, next to that little toggle that says show layer timing, it tells you how long your whole video is. So mine is 47 seconds, even though I haven't done anything with the last scenes yet, but that's how long it is. So you want it to be at least that long. Otherwise, it's going to run out and it's going to sound a bit weird. So if you want to preview any of these songs, basically you tap on the little play icon. Okay, don't tap on the name of the song. Just tap on the little play icon here in a circle. Because if you tap on the name of the song, it immediately just adds it to your project. Yeah. Okay, so try a few of them. That's nice. Yeah, I think I'll go with that one. So Faces in the Wind. So if I want to add it, I tap on the actual name now. There we go. And you can see that green clip has been added. That green audio clip has been added there to my timeline. Now, Dom showed us the fade out. That's really important. Otherwise, your music's just going to go at the end. So you want to fade out at the end. That's nice and professional. But also, if we are planning on adding a voiceover, this is going to be way too loud at 100%. Okay? If it's just music with text, then 100% is great. But if you're going to have some voices in there, bring that music volume all the way down to around 15%, something like that. Depends on what kind of music you've got, really, but that's a good starting point. All right, so let's give that a whirl, and let's see. And adding music immediately takes any video project to a level. There we go. Okay, I was zoomed in. Right, so voiceover. Shall I do that?
Yeah, go on. I mean, maybe just on the first scene. The rest of it can speak for itself, can't it?
Yeah, cool. So again, you want to make sure that your black playhead, that's this line that shows us where we are in the project right now, is where you want that voiceover clip to be. So I'm going to bring it right back to the start and go back into media again on the left-hand side. Now I'm searching through the classical music here, so I need right up here in the top, I need to tap on that back arrow next to the word classical. There we go, and I'm back in the media panel. And under audio, you can see that grey button that's right here that says record voiceover. Tap on that. It'll ask you to allow your microphone. Yes, allow, that's fine.
Can I make a request?
Of course.
Attenborough.
All right. David or Richard?
Let's go, David. Wouldn't you know how to do it, Richard?
Okay.
Oh, God. You love that one, did you?
Right. So the shared screen is frozen now. Right now on my screen, I've got
I show this quickly?
Yeah, let's get serious. I got a blue button that says start recording on my screen, and it's here, but it doesn't show it. Right.
Well, so shall I do that on mine, because that will work on mine?
Yes, Richard for you then, please. Yeah.
Okay, so back in here, I'll show you how to do the first one. So I'm going to bring my playhead back to the start. And what is the text I'm going to have to say? Good fishing practices. Learn about how we can protect fish for years to come. Okay, so I've got my playhead at the start. I'm going to go to media. I need to come back out of acoustic. And then you got the record voiceover. Let's give that a tap. Allow, yes, allow our visitors to the site. Right, now my microphone is my computer microphone, because that's all I've got access to today. Start recording. Good fishing practices. Learn about how we can protect fish for years to come. Now, what's the one issue that I've got now then, Mr. Jones? Apart from the fact it was neither like Richard or David.
Right. Well, your voiceover is a little bit longer. That performance was so good. It's actually longer than the scene that it should be contained within.
Yeah. So let's kind of zoom in a bit, and then what I want to do is just bring this first scene so it's just past the voiceover.
Right.
That's what I need to do there. Now, if I play this, I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but...
Oh, that's a shame. Yeah.
You couldn't hear it, could you?
No.
But I tell you one thing that was very, very clear to me when I was playing that was that if I select my audio track now, he's way out.
Yeah, right.
So click it, 19 will be fine. And then it will sound delightful. Actually, my opening line was very Attenborough, and then I kind of lost it.
Difficult. It's a difficult one to do. It is. I'm glad you took it, not me, to be honest. I'm glad you took control there.
Well, brilliant. There you go. And if you want to do that on every scene, you just make sure you get your playhead in the right place and then record your voiceover wherever you need it.
So what do we do with this once we've finished making our video? Do we just leave it in Adobe Express forever on its own?
No, we're going to... Well, I mean, you could download it, but I don't think anyone wants you to download videos to your school servers. That would not be good. So you could go to share, and then all you need to do here is either share it via Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams, or create a view-only link by giving it a click right there.
That's the boy, isn't it? View-only link. Publish it. Anybody who's got that link can watch your video. It doesn't have to download or drag and drop or any of that nonsense.
Beauty. Right. Next week, as we said before, Healthy Eating Week. And then we've got that on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then it's Father's Day on the Thursday. There's also Refugee Week the week after that.
Yes.
So get yourself signed up by going right here.
Right there.
And that's a wrap. That's a fish wrap.
There it is.
Yeah. Beauty.
Yes.
Thanks very much, everyone. A pleasure as always. And we shall see you next week for Healthy Eating Week.
Indeed.
Bye-bye.